Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another live stream. My name is Jason, your host for this evening. When I started doing these regular live streams, I told you guys that, I was going to start doing regular guests and stuff. Well, that's going to finally happen here tonight. We have a very special guest, someone that I met here through YouTube, actually, and I couldn't think of a more energetic, crazy. Hope he likes these sort of comments about him, but his name is the Mma-Holes, aka Chris. He hosts the live streams here on YouTube 3 nights a week, and on the weekends when he has fight nights called Fight Buddies. And we're gonna have him on tonight. We'll be having some other regular guests throughout the week, but we're doing it here on a Tuesday because he streams Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. All of his information you can find down in the description below. His Twitter, Instagram, YouTube link, Facebook, website. So go over there, show him some support, show him some love, show him the Geodudez have went over to represent the Geodudez army. And yeah, so I don't know why I'm rambling here. I'm going to go ahead and get him the link. This isn't about me. This is about the Mma-Holes. So the link is now sent to him. We will get him in here. This will be exciting. Until he comes in, updates. Next week, we're going to have a good friend Matt on for live stream, and then we might do another wrestling review kind of when the next pay-per-views, but we haven't decided yet. But for now, we're going to get the Mma-Holes in here and talk about MMA, apparently geography. I'm all about geography because I know so much about it. He's probably thought that by the name, that's what I'm about, is geography. I should do a geography entertainment show. I don't know exactly how I can entertain about geography, but I could talk about geography. I'm in Arizona. That's a geographical place. Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited, guys. Mma-Holes, he's full of energy. He can be very brash, so I'm gonna go in for a warn. There's no bleeps on this show because it's all live, but that's what live streams are all about, just being ourselves and having a good time. Michael Anzalone is here. What's up, Mike? Shout out to the 3 people watching so far, and thank you for the 3 likes. I appreciate that. Maybe if we get up to 10 likes, maybe we'll get the 10 more likes song. Chris has a very special theme song for when he gets 10 likes on his live streams. So that should be exciting. Yeah, so our usual live streams will be on Monday still around 7 o'clock, but we're doing that tonight because, like I said, he does his shows Mondays nights. So we're going to kind of work with everybody else on their schedules. We're not going to just tell them, nope, you got to do our time, and that's it. We work as a community. We want to help out the other channels. So, he doesn't need my help because he's got over 7,000 followers now. He's booming. So I got to get somebody with that kind of caliber on this channel because, yeah, I'm sitting here at 1,400. But so we're up to 4 likes now. Come on, guys. Let's get to 10 likes. By the time he gets in, maybe we'll get the 10 more likes song, hopefully. Carrie's here. What's up, Carrie? How's it going? Michael says, I've been with the Mma-Holes for about 5 months. I just subscribed to your channel. Well, thank you, guys. Thank you for any of the Mma-Holes coming out to watch my show tonight. We will make it as entertaining as possible and just have a good time. Just chill. Drink some tea. Admire my Batman collection here. In case you guys haven't noticed, there's some Batman stuff behind me here. Just a little bit of stuff. Just a few things. But Timmy MC here. Jason wearing that shirt like he's doing it a favor. What? Duck Hunter? No. Dude, Duck Hunter's the best. I remember that shit was it like 85 or 86 it came out? Even though I wasn't alive yet, but it was still pretty awesome once I did get to start playing it. I think the Mma-Holes is probably trolling me right now. He's probably just kind of sitting here watching, making me... Nope, there he is.
What's going on? What's going on?
I was like, he's trolling me. He's going to make me wait here and kind of try to keep going.
No, I would never do that to you. I'm fashionably late.
No, no
Three
worries.
points.
Well, you're looking quite wonderful, wonderful.
Well, thank you. I don't have my sound effects on. Hold on. Hold on. You want to hear wonderful, wonderful?
I think so.
All right. That's broken. Forget it. Maybe later.
Oh, bummer.
All
No
right.
worries.
It's good to be here. What's
Well,
going
thank you
on?
for coming on, Chris. I appreciate it. You're kind of a little bit of a higher caliber in YouTube than I am, so I'm still trucking.
Well, listen. I mean, listen. I'm a goddamn celebrity. I don't know if you can notice over here. It shows you guys very nicely. Goddamn celebrity. That's how you get to this status over here. You have this trophy.
I got a piece of paper of an award I think my mom made me from like middle school. Does that count?
Whatever works. Definitely whatever
whatever
works.
works.
This is an honor to be here on now what is this show called over here? This the Geodudes, or what are we calling this?
Yeah. So I just started doing live streams regularly. So talking with Geodudez Army, and just any sort of segments I have, whether it's an interview or subject matter. Like last night I had Pixel and the Dude on, and we talked about the Royal Rumble and stuff like that. And just one-on-one interviews like tonight, and eventually I'll have other people on. So, but regular content is actually based around geocaching. I don't know if you ever heard of that before.
Yeah, explain this to me. Now, I did a little research. I was checking out some of the videos, and I noticed that you guys go like hiking and stuff like that, and you find mysterious objects under rocks and stuff like that. Maybe if you can explain this to me, how does this work?
Yeah, because Fear's always a dip says, "Oh, you just go walk out in the desert in 120-degree weather. It just sounds stupid." It's like, no, it's about actually walking for one thing. But no, it's a web-based GPS program. You can use it on your cell phone. You can also use it on an actual GPS device, and it's basically like a treasure hunt. There's an actual website that has all these people that hide things. There's over 3 million of these things hidden around the world. So there could be one in the alleyway right behind your house. It could be one just down the street in front of the Walgreens under a lamppost. People just hide them, and they have like logs you sign. You just go on the website, you log in, there's like statistics, and just it's about getting out and just having an adventure.
So they do this all over the U.S.?
All over the world.
All over the world. Wow. So who plants this stuff? So basically people who have this app just go out there and decide to participate in this and just plant whatever the hell they want.
Any users, like I have about 15 or 20 hidden out myself, because if you have an app, if you're on the app, like have an account, you can hide your own, or you go out and find them. A lot of people just go find them. Some people like to be very creative and hide like very crazy type devices in trees or in the ground.
All right. Well, two questions. Okay. Yeah. What is the weirdest thing that you found, and what is the most valuable thing that you found?
Well, that's the one thing. Value-wise, there's not a lot of valuable things. It's kind of just, small trinkets. You don't want to obviously throw like anything like ridiculous. I think I've seen like a DVDs, money, like maybe like $1 or something. But then I think DVDs are probably the most valuable thing. Maybe $5 DVD they throw in. But that'd be like actual size, like ammo can or something.
Is there any way to police this? Like, can you just like leave like dildos or used condoms like that?
Unfortunately, there are restrictions what you leave, like nothing weaponized or sexual, I guess, or like food or anything that can go spoiled. Somebody leaves like a banana in there that could go pretty gross quickly.
Could you imagine if Carrie got involved in this? Could you imagine what Carrie would be leaving? I mean, it would be
the purple bee hidden in a tree.
Yeah. It definitely could get interesting if someone like Carrie got involved in this.
Yeah, man. I'm just admiring
here. So you're looking to do a like a podcast, a regular podcast, a weekly podcast?
Yeah, something like that. I'm honestly like, as I guess dorky as it sounds, I kind of got inspired by your streams. Like, I just love your setup, and just I'm slowly but surely, like, I kind of did research on the equipment you use, because you have the links and everything, which is great. Like that camera I saw you use, I want to get that down the road here. It's relatively cheap, like, and good quality.
Yeah, well, I mean, I do have all the links in all my descriptions and stuff like that. And it's kind of cool because it's like the affiliate link type deal. So you go in there, if someone orders something through there, then we get paid for it. So it's kind of cool to drop in some affiliate links. But the neat stuff is like between the microphone and the computer, like anytime you want to get started up on something like this, you never know where to start. That's the first, you're like, well, where do I go? And I have to give, if I gave one piece of advice, the best thing that I have is my mixer. This mixer over here, it's a MG10XU, and it is probably my favorite thing that I have, because I could literally reroute everything into the system and have all the sound effects and run all the sounds, come in calls and stuff like that. So if anyone asks me, it's like, is it a microphone? Is it a camera? Is it the lighting? This and that. The mixer gives you such an advantage, especially if you're live streaming, to add extra audio to your streams.
So did you go to like school, or did you learn about audio and video stuff, or just?
Yes, I went to asshole school. I went to actually no. So I'm like a school retard, right? I went to college for art and advertising, but all I did was smoke and play hacky sack and get tattoos, and that's it. Basically, that was my life. I was a photographer. I worked at another job at a trucking company, and I just needed an out. And I'm a huge Howard Stern fan. Like, that guy is like my hero. I never went to broadcasting school or anything like that. So I was like, how can I be like a Howard Stern personality, but do my own thing? And I love mixed martial arts, you know, UFC, all that stuff. So I decided, okay, let's play in that realm and give it a Howard Stern approach. So I researched equipment. You know, when we started, it was the same thing, like with you, like Google Hangouts, go live, drop a mic over there, and we're good to go. And honestly, that's all you need, you know, to get started with this shit. You know, the audience will grow in no time by just consistency. And that's basically how it started, you know? Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. Yeah. I know you guys, I think you got a great thing going over there. I mean, I think when I first started watching you, you're about 6,000. You hit just over 7,400 now or something like that.
Well, the key is this. Like Fears, we buy all of our subs. So anytime you hit a rut, we just do the Fears, man. We buy every single sub. You know, I would be stuck at 50 subs if it wasn't for my bank account. And I just dip into my bank account, my pocket, open up the wallet, and just fucking buy subs. So that's the key.
Well, wasn't there just in the news about some, I think it was in Canada or somewhere in the US about people were running bots, like spam bots, and the company sued them and won for like $200,000 worth of bots.
Jesus Christ.
It's like,
I mean, everyone is trying to look. That's the thing. And with anything, everyone is trying to look for the quick fix, the quick hit, you know, to the quick road to success. There is no quick road. No, that's what I've learned. There's zero quick road. We're literally trying to grow like baby steps. We're growing a little bit quicker now because we kind of found a little bit of a formula, but consistency is so important. Like, that's what people don't understand. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter what the fuck you're putting out. You could be like that guy, Matt Allgood. Matt, I know you're watching. You cunt. You could be like him. I mean, as long as you keep consistent, you'll notice that your audience will just keep growing and growing and growing, because people love consistency. It's like TV. You know your TV shows. The Walking Dead is going to be on Sunday at 9 o'clock, whatever time it's on. It's the same thing. You keep coming back for it. It's the same thing with YouTube or anything else.
Yeah. Jesse Bill Hills, she asked you a question about what part of AZ I live in. I live in like North Phoenix area, so I saw Cheese from AZ too, actually.
That's right. Arizona represent. You know, it's pretty funny. There are a lot of YouTubers from Arizona. It's wild because you guys live in a desert and there's zero Wi-Fi over there. I don't know how the fuck you do it, but there's a lot of Arizonian YouTubers over there.
Well, I don't know about Wi-Fi. I mean, I get pretty good. I've never had problems with the internet where I live. I know there's like the cities that are just starting to grow. They're like it's like Buckeye, which is halfway to California practically, and then you got like Tucson, which is practically Mexico. The internet's down there, and those areas are terrible. But in Phoenix here, it's pretty good because the city's just growing ridiculously.
Yeah,
I think we're like 4th or 5th on populations.
Jesus Christ. Now, what's the problem with the Mexicans over there? You can deal with them or what?
I don't see Mexicans too much. Mine are mostly white trash white people, actually, on my side of town.
You know, that's even worse. Jesus Christ. I live around a lot of white trash too, and it's just like, oh my God. My people, they're
most of them just are up late at night with their fire pits and smoking weed. So I'm like, that's fine. They're blasting mariachi music and, you know, working on their car with 3 wheels on it in the driveway. Then I don't care.
Well, there you go. You know, as long as everyone minds their own business, that's all that really matters, right?
Exactly.
I mean, let's be honest. Yeah, I heard a lot of good things about Arizona over there. I'm a heat person. I love the heat, but unfortunately, living in New York, we live in shit. The weather's crap over here. What's the deal with the duck hunt over there? I know you're a big gamer.
Kind of. Like, I'll play. Like, I just got Madden for this year. That's probably the only game I played.
You can't be as bad as me. I'm absolutely. Just yelling at us. I'm absolutely horrible at video games. I don't know. It's fun, but I'm terrible at it. Now, are you broadcasting from the Bat Cave? Explain this Batman situation that we got going on over here. I see
this is the Batman Cave. Yes.
Nice.
So, because I own a house with my girlfriend, 3 bedrooms. So we have our main bedroom, and I have my man cave room. She's got her. My room's the guest room / man cave. and then hers is kind of her craft room. She does a lot of like jewelry making and stuff like that, and crafts and whatnot.
Oh, that's awesome. What does she think about the whole YouTube thing? Like, I noticed a lot of people, they try to make a couple of bucks on YouTube, and everyone's like, "Are you nuts? Like, why would you even try to do that?" What are her thoughts on you playing around on YouTube?
Well, she knows my background. Like, I went to school and everything with Fears in the same school.
Sorry to hear that.
different timings. He was about 6 months behind me, so
he's 6 months behind the world. I'm kidding, Fears. I'm joking.
Poor Fears. He's here too.
No, I saw him in there.
Yeah, he no. So getting her involved in the videos is probably the most difficult thing. I tried bringing her out like geocaching or just vlogs when we go out to like trips and stuff, and she's kind of camera shy, so I don't just stick the camera in her face and say, "Come on, talk about our day." So, but she supports me. She lets me do my thing.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, you got to have someone support you. That's for sure. Especially when you're like a dreamer. Now, you went to school for film, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great. Yeah. So how many, I know Fears, he said he did 4 years over there. So 4-year college that you guys did?
Yeah, it's technically 3 because it's a year-round school. So you get like 2 weeks in the summer, 2 weeks in the winter. So you finish technically in 3 years. Because I went right after high school, literally 2 months, because I graduated in May, started in July, and then just went from there. So I graduated college like right before I turned 21. Awesome. But now it's just 80,000 pieces of paper on my wall. So
isn't that funny? You hear the same story over and over again. I have friends in New York, they have degrees and they become cops and firemen and sanitation workers. And it's like, what the fuck? It's crazy. Yep. It's insane. And they're making more money doing this than if they were to chase their dreams with a degree. But it's good to have, it really is good. You never know when you're going to need to fall back on it,
Yeah. So we dabbed in a little bit when you talk about your college years and you're just paying money on tattoos. That's the first thing I noticed about your streams is you are quite tatted up. Explain, like, did you just kind of get them on a whim, or you kind of had thoughts to them, or?
Yeah, everything means something. Like I see yourself. Yeah. I mean, they're addicting, right? I mean, I think we could all agree that they're freaking addicting. I got my first one when I was 18 and my father wanted to kill me. And then I waited a couple of years before I decided to do it again. But everything means something. I have probably the most ridiculous tattoos, though. There's something wrong inside my head. I have tattoos of sheep with headphones on, and I have a tattoo that says "awesome," and it literally says "awesome." It just says "awesome" across there. I wanted an awesome tattoo. I don't know. I just got weird shit that just meant something at that time, at that moment in my life, and it's like a story,
Yeah.
Every time you go through something, or if an animal, like I have an animal that died with a paw over here, everything is a story. And now, like, I could look back at myself and realize, oh man, that was when this happened, that was when that happened. So I think that's the important part of having tattoos. Some people just get tattoos because they like the way they look, and then other people have a story behind it. What about yourself?
Yeah, well, like, I didn't get my first one until I was 25. Because one of my friends got one at 18, 19. He's got like a nautical star on his bicep, and now it looks like crap because he didn't take care of it. And I was like, why would you just get something on the wall? Like, I'll take a number 4, right here. But no, everything's meaning. So, I mean, I got my first one was on the inside of my arm here. I got the night is darkest just before the dawn. One of my favorite quotes out of Batman movies. And then it was right after I went through a long-term relationship breakup. So it's kind of good sense of like where I was mentally and where to go from there. I have a whole this arm is actually all dedicated to Batman sleeve. So
that's awesome. That's one thing I wish I did. Like, anytime someone asks me, what should I do? What should I get first? Where should I start? I always tell them, you know what, come up with an idea and think of a theme, because honestly, you might say you're going to get one tattoo, but then the next thing you know, you're just going to keep going. It's so addicting. So you always have a theme, when you're starting out, and that whole theme with the sleeve, that's a great idea. I wish I did that. I had a friend that just tattooed, and I was just like, yeah, throw that on me. That'd be freaking awesome. Practice that on me, just do stupid shit like that. If I could do it again, I have legs that I think I might do themed up legs. I think I might do that, but I'm a hairy guy. So,
so let's see. I missed some comments here. Fears, why are you crying? Fears, you make Fears cry, I think.
I just realized it's not the real Fears, is that in there? It looks like a imposter.
Is it?
Surprise.
You never trust these trolls. So.
Well, it's nice. I don't know if Fears was live before. I don't know if he's still live. If he's going against you right now, we should dominate him and destroy him.
No, actually, I gave him a rude comment earlier. I was like, "Oh, you're stepping on my turf. I'm interviewing a celebrity tonight, so you better get off."
Goddamn celebrity. That's right. Darth Bane, what's up? Michael Anzalone. I see some peeps in here. Look at that. The Carrie Special Show. Jesse. We got a whole bunch of peeps in here. Yeah, make sure you subscribe to the Geodudez. Yeah, looks like we got some cool stuff going on over here.
Make sure you subscribe to Mma-Holes too.
Right.
All of his information, guys, too, is down below. Anybody that does follow my channel, all of his Twitters, Instagram, website, Facebook, go blow it up. Go rape it.
That's right. Now, what is with all the demonetization and all that stuff over here, have you been monetizing your videos with ads and stuff like that? Or are you just like, fuck it, I'm gonna wait for it to get a little bigger? Or like, what are you looking to do with monetization?
Yeah, I honestly, I've had this channel going 3 years now. I haven't monetized just because I've read the guidelines word by word, and I don't like what they say about, there are rules for what they can strike you for, and it's almost too risky because I feel like they'll find something that's just like not worth it to me with, like at the time 100 subs. So yeah, I think I'd have to wait until actually, or maybe like, something like you, I see you got merch and stuff. I'd almost like try to start doing that and just like making my own merch to sell.
Yeah, monetization, man, it is so weird. How that's working, and every time I go back and you see the new things that they're doing with the 1,000 subs and the amount of minutes watched and this and that, I'm starting to realize it is for the good. I thought in the beginning I was like, you know what, they're fucking everyone over, this and that, but if you can grow your channel to a point, it's only going to help us, which I've realized. I think they're going to pull back a little bit and not be as strict with us when they wean out all those troll channels and all those channels that are just putting up garbage. And, there's a lot of crap out there, terrorism and all that shit that they're trying to wean out. So I think we're in a weird spot right now where it's like, yeah, it kind of sucks, but in the long run, I think if we hold out, I think it's going to pay off. So it's just about growing the channel,
Definitely. So you being MMA and all, how long would you say you've been following the mixed martial arts world?
I've been following the sport for 7 years. 7 years. I am a huge sports fan, big New York sports fan. And then when it comes to...
All right, well, the show's over, guys. Thanks for watching. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes.
Wait. Yankees or Mets?
Okay, I'm a Mets fan.
Oh, okay, you can say.
Yeah, no, I loathe the Yankees. Like,
all
not
right,
even... And if you're a Yankee fan in the chat... You can die a horrible death, a forest fire, or something. Yeah, I hate the fucking Yankees. I go to Met games and fight with Yankee fans at Met games. They're not even supposed to be there, and we fight. So there's a big misconception between Met fans and Yankee fans. We literally hate each other. So that's that.
Yeah, I went to New York 2002, 2003. So I'm like 15 years old, and the Diamondbacks were playing at Shea Stadium at the time. And I remember getting on the subway to go to the stadium, and there were some Yankee fans going to the game too. Mm-hmm. And I was wearing my D-backs jersey. This is a small kid, 15 years old. And they start giving me shit on the subway with my grandfather there. And I'm just, this is a year after the World Series and everything. And they're just like, Diamondbacks, fuck this. Yeah. I'm like, my grandfather's like, don't hurt him. He's just a kid. Like, there's some of the brashest fans I've ever met.
Let me make an announcement to Yankee fans if you're watching. I don't want to alienate your Yankee fan audience, but they could go lick a cock. That's what they can do. They can lick a fucking cock, the Yankee fans. They're a bunch of Cro-Magnon, Neanderthal fucks. I hate all of you. You can all die. I don't know. I mean, it's ridiculous. I'm having a tough time being a Giant fan, okay? And now at the Super Bowl, being the Eagles and the Patriots, I literally want to slice my throat. It's the two worst possible teams that could play against each other. Or the Cowboys would be one. But you follow football?
Yeah, that would be like me with how many years ago, but it was the Patriots and the Seahawks, and people were asking me, who am I rooting for? I'm like, I hope Bane shows up and blows up the field or something.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, fuck the Seahawks. There's a Seahawk fan in the chat. Fuck the Seahawks.
I mean, I'll shoot for the Eagles just because I hate the Patriots. Bunch of cheaters. Like, I just got to go for the underdog.
So. Yeah, sure. Well, listen, if you're outside of the NFC East, you root for the Eagles. I mean, they need a Super Bowl. They haven't had a Super Bowl before, even though their fans are a bunch of dicks. Now I'm going to alienate them. But being a Giant fan, we've had wars. Like, I had season tickets to the Giants, and we would have wars. If you had an Eagles jersey on, you would be fucked up in Giant Stadium. And if we went over to Philly, forget about it. They have a jail where the Eagles play. They literally have a jail dropped in their stadium over there. That's how badass the Eagle fans are. Damn. So I don't want to see them win. I don't know if I'm going to watch. It's ridiculous. Are you in any boxes? Any Super Bowl boxes?
No, I just don't feel like trying to bet anything on it.
Yeah. Are you on Xanax? Let me ask you.
No.
Do I seem like very calm? You know, us New York people are shot out of a cannon. So when we speak to people over in the West Coast and stuff like that, it's like, you know, I try to calm myself down, but I can't.
Oh no, it's fine. Like I brought it before I brought you on. I was like, this guy's full of energy, which is great. It's like if you have two monotone people or something like that, like usually my co-host, I guess, for the Geodudez, he's kind of like me, he's a little bit more calm. So we both, but once we back and bounce off of each other, then it's just rambling.
Yeah, sure. Now you started this channel with another guy, like, so basically it's you and your co-host that go out and do the geocache thing and all that stuff.
Pretty much. Yeah. I mean, I do everything, not to brag, but like, I mean, I do it to school for this. So I do all the editing, you know, most of the filming and stuff. And then he just kind of goes with me, tags along because he likes to just go on the hikes and stuff. But I kind of brought him along into it because I thought, you know, he likes to try video out and stuff and wants to learn editing, but he's never taken the time because it's just scheduling. But for a while now, he hasn't been on just because he's got a kid. We both have full-time jobs, so it's kind of difficult to find the scheduling sometimes.
Well, listen, he seems like a nice guy, so that's all that matters, right? But it all comes down to you. The show is about you. It's not about this other guy. So I think you should get rid of him, you know?
That's pretty much.
He's useless. Look at Jay Smooth is in here too. We have black people in the chat. I didn't know you had black people watch your show. How does this work?
Oh boy. Well, don't say anything that rhymes with Igor. And
what's up, Jay? Jay's up in his bitch.
Fears has already left us apparently. Okay, fine. See you, Fears.
So Fears is gone. All right. So when Fears really leaves, we'll talk behind his back. So,
you know, people always do that with I'm on streams or anything because they know how long I've known him for 10 years. So they're like, "What do you got? Like stories and stuff? What about that camping trip? And what about that and this?" So
they keep on. So all right, you know what? And I'm sure you got a million questions about him. What is the most annoying thing about Fears? Since you've been with him a lot, if you had to say one thing that you're like, "Oh my fucking god, I can't stand that John Fears does this," what would it be?
I guess it's just chatterness. It's just sometimes he talks too much.
He likes the sound of his own voice.
I guess.
Yeah, he has dreamy eyes though. He does have dreamy eyes. So now what's the best quality about John Fears? Like, what would you say? Hey man, this guy has this. What would it be?
I shouldn't have paused. This looks really bad.
Nothing.
No, I mean, he's a humble person. Like, yeah, I know he's had some history of like problems with other people in here and what he said. But I guess in my perspective of dealing with him, he's never really had it too much. I think I've had one anger incident with him a long time ago, but I think we've all had those moments where we got angry at somebody and just kind of flipped out.
Sure.
But yeah.
John Fears, here's the reason. I told him on the phone about this. The one reason I watch is his epic meltdowns. His meltdowns are the best I've seen on YouTube. They're the greatest thing in the world. And I don't want to get too invested in the chat when it happens. But when it does happen, I'm there with the popcorn. I'm just like, yeah, let's go, John. Let it out, buddy. Let it all out. I think that's where he needs to go with his channel.
Well, and if I had a nickel for how many times he's come to me for advice or, you know, or something problem with, because I don't watch every stream or every upload, everyone every day. I only watch them when I have downtime. And he'll text me sometimes. So when they do happen, he's just like, "God, these trolls, isn't this?" I'm like, ignore. Like, that's all you can do.
So Carrie found his Facebook. So is Carrie stalking John Fears? Is the real question. How is it? What is going on? Is there drama between these two?
I don't know. I've almost want to have like an intervention with the two and have them both on here and just kind of settle the dust and just.
That should happen. There should be a Jerry Springer show. We have Carrie, we have Fears. I don't know, some other.
Just on two chairs and just get some bald-headed, you know, macho security guards.
Yeah, and have them on. Let me know what the ones in the chat if you would like to see that. And I listen. I'm going to drop a one right now because I want to fucking see that. I think. And you know what? I've asked them to come on my show to do it. They didn't want to do it, but maybe this is the place, Jason. This is the place for that to happen.
Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe we can finally bring this tidal wave of problems down.
That's right. So me and Michael Anzalone are the only ones that want it. So everyone else could go fuck off. And that's
I'm dropping a 1 too.
There you go.
So, do you have like a favorite UFC fighter or fighters or?
Okay, so it constantly evolves. You know, everyone's like, "Oh, this guy's a Conor McGregor nut hugger," and Conor still is my guy, right? I still like this guy, even though I've been lighting him on fire as of late. He should vacate his belt and all that
He has
stuff.
right, yeah, you're right too.
Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is. But when he comes back, and he will come back in the summertime, when he comes back and he starts yelling and screaming and doing all his song and dance, I'm wrapped up. I'm in again. But right now, I have two favorite fighters, okay? And the two black gentlemen. It's Derek Lewis, the Black Beast, who is fighting very soon in February, and Daniel Cormier, DC, the fat light heavyweight. Daniel Cormier. Those are my two favorites right now.
Okay. Some of those, like you mentioned, I usually recognize because all the radio stations, we have a really big, I guess, like MMA training background out here. Like there's a lot of gyms and stuff.
Absolutely, yeah.
So the rock station here, they always seem to have a UFC fighter every other week on, talking about their fight coming up or just hanging out with them and stuff.
You know what's funny? That's what I was telling Jesse. I'm fairly positive there's a big MMA scene going on over there. I mean, something for her to think about since she's doing some MMA stuff on her channel, to maybe crash some of the gyms or something like that. Grab some interviews from some of these fighters.
Well, I doubt they'll turn her down. So
just flash the ninnies and you'll be fine. You'll be ready to go. That's it. It's that simple. You know? Yep. So are you into the UFC?
Yes and no. Like I watched the last one. I wasn't even UFC, but like I watched the McGregor Mayweather fight. I think everybody in the country did. It seemed like, but I kind of would watch here and there, like the big fights, especially like Ronda Rousey, and then before that, like Brock Lesnar back in the day. Like I remember going to Hooters and actually watching Brock and Randy Couture, and he just killed him.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of like I don't really watch it like your traditional watching, just because there's so many. I feel like fighters I can never follow other than these, the top names like Diaz I recognize and Conor McGregor obviously, but then all these other guys I'm just like who.
Mm-hmm. So. There are a lot of fighters on that roster. It's a lot of fighters to wrap your heads around. We do a UFC Pick'em league, and a lot of people are like, I don't want to do it because I don't know all the fighters, but it's fun. But you don't realize until you look through these fight cards and you see these guys on the under cards, and you're like, whoa, who is that? But that's what kind of makes it fun. There's so many people, there's so many options to root for, and then if that option doesn't work out too well for you, you can always jump on something else. That's the difference between the UFC and some of these other sports. Like I'm a Met fan. I'm going to die a Met fan. I'm not going to jump to another baseball team. I'm going to live and die with my horrible Mets, right?
That's the way
with the UFC, you can have a favorite fighter and watch them fight. And if they don't fight, well, there's another fight the next week. And I like that fighter too. There's a buffet of things to watch over there. That's why I think the sport's so great.
Yeah. Yeah. I just, sometimes I wish it was because it sounds like there's like kind of like a network now you can order, right? Or pay like a monthly thing to watch all the fights or some of the fights.
Yeah, it's called Fight Pass. Yeah, it's like $9.99 a month. They're still kind of ironing out the details. I can't fucking talk today. Too much coffee. But yeah, $9.99 for Fight Pass, and it's cool. What's good with that is you can go back and watch all the epic old fights. You could study up on certain fighters and stuff like that. So that's kind of cool. And they have exclusive cards on there as well. What are your thoughts on? Are you a wrestling fan?
Yeah, kind of. I don't watch the TVs. I'll just watch pay-per-views with my buddies just because I grew up on it. But yeah.
Yeah, well, the whole Ronda Rousey thing. I mean, I don't know if you got a chance to see that, but Jesus Christ. I mean, that was
yeah, that was on my notes here. I was going to bring up the infamous Ronda Rousey, now infamous until she finally came to the light and came to the public view again. But yeah, I mean, I think it's good for her. I mean, she's, I guess, just done with the UFC. She could have done better and handled it better, but I think she just got too emotional with the losses.
Yeah, that's not the way you want a superstar who broke down the door for women's MMA, and then she goes out like that. And not only does she go out, it's one thing that you lose like that. It's how she handled the losses was just really tough to watch. Now she comes into the WWE, a golden opportunity for her. She's an actress, and she's horrible. She is horrible. She's a terrible actress. And then she comes into that ring and she's at that awkward point at the WrestleMania sign, and I literally want to throw my body into the TV with disgust. Yeah. It was terrible.
I mean, that I can't really totally blame her, because who knows if that's what they told her. Like, hey, we want you to go out there. And the fact that she did it twice, I think it was honestly for the cameras. Like, they probably wanted, I mean, that's the first thing you see on ESPN.com, breaking news, and it's in that pose. Mm-hmm. So she must have had to either do it, like they like pointed at her, or like kind of said, hey, you need to do it again or something. Because I don't think you would do that twice in a row like that. That's just awkward and cringe.
But I guess she had to hit her marks. Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's like, okay, we need 2 points out of you. You know, have fun. You need to do this. You need to shake this person's hand and not shake that person's hand, and then you get out of there. It was funny because the way she was standing, the way she was posing, and that weird smirk on her face, it looked like she's like, oh my God, they're looking at me. Like, that's what I felt like. I felt horrible for her. She was just like, oh my God, I'm here. You know, and then she did this like weird, like when she went to shake the hand, she put her head to the side. She's like she's like having a fucking stroke. And then when she got out of the ring, it looked like she was going to bust her ass coming out of the ring, and the high fives are awkward. And then the Stephanie McMahon shit, like Stephanie McMahon looks like she should have bolts coming out of her fucking neck. She looks like Frankenstein, and they're trying to shake hands. And I mean, I don't watch much wrestling, so maybe it's supposed to be cheesy. Maybe that's how it's supposed to be, but I literally want to die.
Yeah. I mean, like you were saying, your live stream last night, it's like a men's soap opera, and that's pretty much how it is. I mean, my girlfriend gives me crap all the time about watching it, but she'll actually sometimes hop in and just kind of be like, oh, who's that? And then, you know, especially the women matches, she likes to watch those more than the guy ones.
What do you think is going to happen here? Do you think that she's going to be brought in and they're just going to strap a belt onto her and she's just going to be winning all the matches? Do you think that's how it's going to work? Or do you think there's going to be some drama and stuff? Like, I hear that Brock Lesnar apparently is like unbeatable. Like, this guy always has the belt. Do you think it's going to be similar with Ronda Rousey?
Well, I have a theory about her debut, because for one thing, I don't know if you've seen her when she actually was she stepped in the WWE ring like 3 or 4 years ago at WrestleMania. Did you ever see that?
Yes, with The Rock, right?
Yeah. And like, I actually went back and watched that today, because the podcast I listened to, they talked about the review and how awkward she was. And they talked about when she did it the first time, and I went back and watched it, and that's the way she should have done it. Like, if you go back and watch it and see, she is just, her friends are ringside with her, and they're all marking out and, you know, jumping up and screaming. And she's just got this pissed off, badass look in her face. And then The Rock kind of acknowledges, like, hey, come on in. And she just the entire time maybe smirks a little, like, I can whoop your fucking ass. But, you know, never smiles. Like, I think she just got caught up in the moment and just probably was smiling, you know, because it's her debut as a part of the company. But she could have, I think she needed to be all tough, because that's what she needs to be, the Brock Lesnar, I feel like, of females, because that's what they're doing with Shayna Baszler down in NXT, the kind of developmental territory. She's just killing everybody down there, and that's what they need to do with Ronda Rousey here. But I think she just kind of screwed that up. Now, for her future, I think I don't want them to put the title on her right away. I think they're going to protect her and put her like in a tag match with like another male wrestler or another female, and just do like a tag team match, because she's still learning, and you don't want her first title win to be a shit show.
Do you think that they'll sell out and just have her be like a ref or something like that? Do you think that's what they'll do? Like something bogus and
like a special referee or something?
Yeah.
I would hope not. I mean, she's a money draw. I just hope what they need to do is they need to treat her like Brock Lesnar, which they treat Brock Lesnar like a special attraction. He's not on TV every week. He doesn't fight every night like these guys do. He's not on the tours. He fights every other pay-per-view or show, like kind of like a UFC fighter in a sense. You treat her like a special attraction to draw the buy rates and the money. I mean, well, they don't even have buy rates because they have their own network now, which they don't even care about pay-per-view buys.
How does that work? The WWE's like their version of Fight Pass.
Yeah, so, they have a WWE network.
Okay, so now you can watch pay-per-views through that?
Yeah, it's $10 a month. They have every pay-per-view. They have every pay-per-view in existence ever as well, so you can go back and watch them all. Every TV show. So they said it would take you, I don't know how many, like 30 years to watch all the content on there. And there's WCW on there, if you remember that, or ECW. All those are on there as well. So for $10 a month, it's not bad, because it's $50 pay-per-views.
You're still paying. Do you get a discount on the pay-per-views, like the current, the newer pay-per-views? You get a discount on that, or how does that work?
It's included.
Oh, it's included. So wait, hold on. $10 a month, and you're getting the pay-per-views too?
Yep.
Oh my fucking God. Jesus.
Yeah, you don't
Christ.
even have to, like, you know, You don't get the TVs right away. I think they upload like 2 weeks late, but yeah, all the pay-per-views are live streamed. So and they're on, smart TVs, Xbox, Apple TVs and stuff.
That is insane.
And they have like 2 million subscribers, I think, on it now, they said the other day.
So that's the key. So the UFC needs to grow that thing big enough where they can charge you $10. Oh my God. If the UFC told me, well, then again, their pay-per-views aren't as many as I mean, the UFC pay-per-views are once or twice a month. Does WWE have that many pay-per-views?
No, usually it's once a month, but they have their, like I said, that developmental brand at NXT. They'll have a show sometimes on the big pay-per-views that weekend. Like Royal Rumble was Sunday, and then they had NXT show that live streamed on Saturday. But yeah, just usually about once a month there's still the pay-per-views. But then they have their own content on there now. Like they have their own reality shows they upload on there. Like they have some that it's like they follow the wrestlers like on the road while they're in the car. Like they stick a GoPro and listen to the guys bullshit and stuff. Cartoons, like they have like animated shows for like the wrestlers do voiceover and stuff, and they got like a lot of the good different things on there, not just the wrestling shows, that makes it worth the $10.
I tell you what, it seems like the UFC is trying to take a page from the WWE. I've noticed their fan interaction, like on fight weeks and stuff like that. They do a lot of free stuff, and the day of the fight, at the event, at the venue, they have outside like a whole thing where you're meeting the fighters and these interactive stuff, everything free. And I noticed that the WWE is big with that. They do stuff like that. So I'm praying to sweet baby Jesus that the UFC does something with Fight Pass where you get all the pay-per-views included. I mean, that is what they have to do. That needs to be the future of the UFC Fight Pass.
So the Fight Pass, you don't get every pay-per-view, or?
Nope. You pay $9.99 a month, and then you get like a discount. You get like a $10 discount for the pay-per-views.
Oh, damn.
Crazy. And this is the kicker. You can't even rewatch the pay-per-view. Like, so if you order the pay-per-view on cable, you can go back the next day and just check it out, rewind and be like, oh, I want to see that again. With Fight Pass, you watch it and that's it. It's a wrap. You can't like go back and watch it. It's insane.
Wow. Yeah, this is literally after it ends, if you go back to the menu, it's already up there. You can watch it again if you want to go back. Hey, what about that one moment? And pull right back up again.
How much now? Carrie's been playing on this dating app, and she's been having sex with a lot of men on this dating app over here. I'm curious what the head count is. Carrie she's like an assassin on those apps, just taking people out. I mean, it's crazy.
Let's have some guesses in here. Everybody put in your guess.
God, she's just mowing guys down on these dating apps. God
we'll do a betting odds here. But if you go over, we're doing Price is Right rules, so you can't go over.
Jesse's having a heart attack. Joey, 382 is Joey's.
And that was last night.
Yeah, that's about right. I think that's about right. Carrie, can you give us a guesstimate? Jay Smooth is going like Will Chamberlain numbers over there. 1,000 or more. Jesus Christ. I noticed, Jason, and another thing, if you're going to keep on doing these live streams, that's the way to go. I see how you're going in and out of the chat. It's a great move, man. Because a lot of these shows that just ignore the chat like we did for most of this. But definitely, yeah, dipping in and out of the chat is the best thing to do. Why not, right? They give you free content, Yeah,
you seem to have a good system. I like how you kind of just, drop to the menu and just show the chat for a little bit, and that kind of gets you off camera for a bit, pick your nose, scratch your face, scratch your balls, do whatever.
That's right.
But then
that's exactly what I do, actually. Yeah.
So, did you see? I take it you saw McGregor and Mayweather, right?
McGregor and Mayweather. Nah, I skipped that one. Nah. yeah, I saw that. Actually, that one. I mean, that was the greatest thing that ever happened to my channel. That night alone, we got 2,300 subscribers in one night.
Wow,
in one fucking night. At one point in the room, we had 12,000 people watching that fight reaction. My head was about to explode. I'd never seen anything like it. It's probably the biggest thing that we will ever see as a sports event. Like, I don't think we're ever going to see anything like that. The UFC is trying to do things. Mayweather, McGregor, boxing versus MMA. I mean, it was huge. Unless they can put that in a cage with that magnitude of athlete, which I don't think we're going to see in our lifetime. That is probably one of the greatest shit shows I've ever seen in my life.
Well, I saw I think it was Instagram post of, was it a Mayweather going into the cage and just kind of.
Yeah, how funny was that, by the way? He's running around the cage and everyone's just dying laughing. Like, come on, man, with this guy. I mean, he's probably the greatest boxer of all time. But it's apples and oranges.
Now I know you were probably rooting for McGregor. Did you think he would win that fight, or were you kind of?
Okay, so basically, and this is a little secret. How many people we got watching here, so they know our secret? Not many people are going to be watching, right?
No, I don't have that many followers.
Fine. Listen, all 13 people do not. And on if you're watching on the replay, skip this part. So when it comes to fight predictions, okay, sometimes you have to do something to ignite conversation, right? There are sometimes you have to just go think outside of the box and think, hey, if this person actually wins, you look like a genius. If this person loses, well, it doesn't really matter. You know, you can get away with it. If you pick Mayweather and he loses, you look like a fucking retard, right? So, and can I say retard here? I don't even know. I'm cursing.
Sure. I warned him at the beginning.
Okay, good. So the thing with that fight, I had to pick McGregor. I had to go with McGregor with that fight. Did I think he was going to win? No, I did not think he was going to win in boxing rules. No, but I had to go with McGregor in that fight just to spark up conversation, just to talk shit. And if McGregor somehow, some way pulled out a win there, I would have literally destroyed everyone. I would have been like, I am the best. I am the greatest. If you pick Mayweather and he loses, you look like such an idiot. You look like such a moron. So sometimes when it comes to fight picks, and this is a little secret to some of the people in the chat, that's what you have to do. You have to spark the conversation. You have to get people going and stuff like that. So there goes those picks right there. So Conor McGregor for the win. Right, Conor? Yeah.
Carrie says 4 and 3 weeks, but I do videos and dirty chats too. I don't know if she's talking about YouTube or sex life.
Wait, hold on. What is she saying? I do videos and dirty chats. Jesus Christ. Carrie's got no shame. There's no shame in Carrie's game.
Weeks, but she did videos and dirty chats too with them? Or is it?
The question is this. Okay, Carrie, listen, I'm not going to undisclose your age. You know, I'm an older man myself. But when does it stop? When does it become granny porn if you think about it, Carrie? And listen, no offense. You're a young lady. You're a beautiful young lady. But when does it get to the point where it's like, okay, we need to stop this, you know? I think the point's now. I think we've hit that point, right?
Well, when it gets to the point where the people that you're watching in the porn are old enough or young enough to be your kids, then you should probably start being concerned.
Yeah, it gets to that point where, yeah, maybe we should stop, Carrie. And now, Carrie, why doesn't Carrie do Chatterbait? I've learned about this Chatterbait, which is fantastic. You can make money online. I had no idea this exists. I literally live under a fucking rock, like one of those rocks you were crawling under in the last video. I live one under those rocks over there. Have you experienced Chatterbait?
No.
That liar. All right, so this Chatterbait shit, I mean, it fascinates the fuck out of me because you got these people on there getting paid donations to basically shove things up their wazoos and stuff like that. That's where Carrie should be, right? That's
apparently.
Let me know in the chat if you want Carrie on Chatterbait.
Well, I heard something about with the Tostitos chip or something like that.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You know, I've seen flashes of pictures. I've never seen anything live, thank God. But I've seen pictures. And Carrie,
I'm sorry,
it needs to stop. It needs to stop right now.
So Darth Bane said he had Conor in 3 rounds, but I didn't think they would call it like that. I was a little disappointed that they called the fight because it didn't seem like McGregor was completely out yet.
So he's saying, wait, I gave Conor 3 rounds to make. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, you know, even looking back in that fight, as much as I can't stand Floyd Mayweather, you got to think that Mayweather had that all planned out, you know, gassing out Conor and doing his thing. And the first 3 rounds, yes, I give it to Conor too. It's fascinating, though, when you look at the judging of that. The judges didn't see that. You know, the judges, they weren't on board with the first 3 rounds of Conor. So boxing's weird. Do you watch boxing?
No. Like, I don't. It's too, like, I guess, just boring.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pillow fight, for God's sakes. I mean, listen, I have a lot of respect for boxers. They're amazing athletes. But when you watch mixed martial arts, especially if you're not a huge combat sports fan, but you watch mixed martial arts and then you go to boxing, it's tough. If you go from boxing to mixed martial arts, it's one thing. But going the other way, it's not an easy sell.
When I could get boxing back in like the 90s and stuff, you know, and you had guys like Tyson and Holyfield, and like those were fights, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mike Tyson. Iron Mike Tyson was boxing. That was boxing there. I mean, literally, you blink, the fight's over. The guy's uppercut was oof, man. You get chills when you see that dude fight. Fantastic stuff, but not anymore, man. We don't have that anymore. Bring back steroids. Make boxing great again.
Darth Bane says the corner audio got leaked, and that was the plan. Floyd played everyone. LOL.
Really? Did it get really? I didn't see that. It makes. I mean, listen. When you watch that fight back, and Floyd got caught. He got caught, but it was all a game, man. Floyd is he's a smart man. He is a smart businessman. He's a smart boxer, and on top of it, the skills are elite. At 40 years old, you know, still doing his thing. But when it comes to MMA, I mean, it's just crazy. It's crazy stuff.
Well, it's like a character for him. You know, he likes being a bad guy. So that's why he's a dick and just, you know, obnoxious. He likes playing a bad guy. And he said it in like interviews and stuff. He's like, I'm a humble person, but I just like being this dickhead because I'm a character. I'm the villain. Everyone hates. Do you follow him on Instagram? No.
He is a follow that you need. Follow Floyd Mayweather on Instagram. This guy in the middle of the night from his strip club, because he has multiple strip clubs around Vegas, he just goes live and he's just fucking tucking bills in G-strings. And he's like, yeah. And he's just his bottle of beer or whatever the fuck he's drinking. He's just chugging on it and girls just in and out. This guy he's a fucking pimp. He's an absolute pimp.
God damn. Well, yeah.
It must be nice.
All right about now.
It's so funny. Like there are times I wake up in the middle of the night and I see he's live. I'm like, oh, I gotta watch this. It's just such a train wreck. Such a train wreck.
Damn.
So what is going on with Carrie? What did she say? I think I missed something over here. She says if she lived on her own, she might. So is she talking about Chatterbait? Carrie's Chatterbait. Okay.
Yeah, so my mom would kill me if I did Chatterbait.
I could see Carrie doing Chatterbait and her mom next to her with the rosary beads. Like Carrie's spread eagle on the bed and the mom's just like, Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with you. I could totally see that. She's
like, would your guest like some fudge?
She's knitting in the background. Carrie's just fucking blasting herself. She's taking this trophy. She's just shoving it right up the... I can totally see that. Yeah.
And she breaks out the purple beast.
Oh, shit. Well, listen, I'm having a good time, and that's all that matters here. I hope everyone in the chat's having a good time too, Jason. Have any more questions? I'm getting tired.
One I had was, do you have like a favorite fight?
Favorite fight? Oh, fuck. It's such a tough question, right? I can give you, let's see. God, favorite fight. One of my most recent favorite fights would probably be Lawler McDonald. Robbie Lawler versus Rory McDonald. That's one I like to tell people to come watch because the beginning of the fight, they're kind of feeling each other out. And then towards the end, it's a goddamn massacre. Rory McDonald's nose is like a plaster on the other side of his face. Robbie Lawler's split it literally grew another mouth. His lip just split in half and it's just like flapping around as he's talking. That's one that always jumps in my mind. So I love that fight. That's one of my faves right there.
Nice. When was that? Like recently or?
It was a couple of years back. Maybe, I think it was a little more than a year ago. Help me out in the chat. A year or two ago. Not too far back, you know. Okay. Just a outright war. Roy McDonald was bringing it, and Robbie just held out and won that fight. And it was a good fight. But there's a picture on Instagram, or you could just look it up online. You can see there's a hospital picture where they're in the bed next to each other, hospital bed, like giving the thumbs up, like, yeah, we fucked each other up. You know, it's just one of those things that stand out. Good fight, good stuff. Now you can go back to Pride fights. Pride, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Pride, but literally everything went with Pride. You were in a ring, you're in Japan, and you can like stomp nuts and do whatever the fuck you want, kick them when they're down in the head.
I think I've heard about those type of fights with the Japanese and stuff.
Those Japanese are out of their minds. Absolutely.
They are.
But yeah, if you want to see some crazy stuff, yeah, check those fights out.
Yeah.
So Carrie's on Chatterbait. Okay. Darth,
everybody go check out Chatterbait
videos together. I would like to see that. Yeah, that'd be a good one. Jesus. There we go. Crow Cop Fedor. That's a good one right there. Anyone have any suggestions? Throw it out there to the peeps. Jesus. Yeah, there's so many good fights. I mean, listen, I would have to like sit there. I can't say, it's like saying your favorite movie. You know, now I have a favorite movie. My favorite movie of all time is American Psycho, which to me,
fantastic.
Right? How great is that movie is literally, it's there. You know, I could always watch it over and over again. I laugh every time. let me ask you a question with no spoiler. I mean, God forbid no one saw the movie, but did he do it or did he not do it? That's the question.
What was it?
Did Christian Bale do it or not do it in that movie? If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean with the outcome of that movie.
Probably.
Yeah, I always watch it back, and it's like a weird twist at the end and stuff like that, without saying anything. And it's weird because every time I watch it, I see a different thing when I watch it. But it's just a fantastic movie. I could talk about that movie for hours.
Right. I know the cameos and everything. I forget how many people that are in that. Jared Leto is hidden in there. Some other people.
Yeah, William Dafoe.
Yeah.
Reese Witherspoon. And some other people splattered around. Yeah, Jared Leto's been around forever, huh? This dude's been around forever.
Yeah. Well, I think I'll wrap this up here. You seem tired, and you probably got
exhausted.
You're old man, so don't you got bed in like 20 minutes? So,
all right. Thanks for having me on. I do appreciate it, and good luck with the channel. And I'll see you in the chat. Be good, peeps.
Definitely. Thanks. There you have it, guys. The famous now, I guess you'd call them, Mma-Holes. Thanks for coming on again, Chris. I appreciate it. Like I said, guys, all of his information is down below in the description. Go like his Facebook page. Go like his Instagram, his Twitter, YouTube, all those delicious jams and jellies, as Fear would say. But everybody that came over from his channel, thanks for coming over. Thanks for everybody that subscribed. All my information also down below. I got a Facebook page. We got Instagram, Twitter pages too. So anybody that did come over from the Mma-Holes channel, thanks for coming on tonight. I appreciate it. And yeah, so like I said, guys, we'll be going back to our regular Monday night streams. So tune in for that next week. But other than that, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thanks for watching, guys. Once again, my name is Jason. As always, crush cash.